And we are live here on episode number 29 of the Minor League Geeks podcast. I am your host, Brent, Ramlin with Range, and with me this week are Brent C. Turner.
Hey everybody, what's up?
Mr. Connor Property, Zach.
Hello.
And Mr. Justin Doss.
Hey, I'm back and I'm feeling finally better.
There you go. Doss is mine favorite Canadian. This is going to be a very funny and very meta show, given the half an hour conversation that went on before this show went live. Basically,
I'm forward regretting how we started.
Yeah, Justin is going to have his own show, which will not conflict with Minor League Geeks. You will still be a talking head on this show, but he's going to do his own show, which you can talk about a little bit later. But so
the Maple Cast.
Yeah, the Maple Cast. In honor of that, it will be it'll be Maple Adventure Maple time. Oh, we're just giving these ideas away. In honor of that, we're gonna talk about Geeky, a Geeky movie / Geeky movie franchise, because that'll be the basis for the topics on his show. And we've agreed in addition, rather he came up with a topic, and so in exchange for him getting to pick the sole topic on this episode of Minor League Geeks, Brent C. Turner, Connor Property, Zach, and I are just going to make as many DOS puns as we possibly can.
I have one question.
Yes, what?
Justin.
Yeah.
Fuck. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
Go ahead.
No, I had a good DOS pun, but it's actually not a pun.
It fell apart.
Yeah.
DOS is bad.
DOS is bad. DOS is your topic.
Yeah. So the
DOS.
Oh my god. The podcast topic this week is Star Wars.
You are starting on a bad note, Connor.
Jesus Christ, everybody. Just because we're trying to make these puns doesn't mean that the only time that you speak is when you were trying to make a pun. Like, they have to come naturally. Das ist the natural order of things. See? That just happened.
That's good.
Das ist gut, as my non-German, very Canadian friend, who may or may not eventually work at Naughty Dog. I'm just going to keep saying it until it happens. Okay. My hair is also ridiculous.
Yeah, because you could still possibly work there one day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's not like you're going to close the door on that.
Even when you're sending tweets as a ghost, you could still work there.
It's true.
Oh, yeah, we definitely.
Ghost tweets.
Yeah.
Speaking of ghosts, there are some ghosts that appear in the Star Wars franchise, which is what we're going to talk about, because there's new Star Wars stuff coming.
Yeah.
Right.
Are there ghosts in the original version, or did they add that later?
No, there was ghosts. There were blue people. Hanging around.
Listen, we call them ghosts, Brent. We don't see color here. We just see the people.
Get that
poltergeist or otherwise.
Crap out of here.
Yeah, I don't.
Actually, old Ben Kenobi's just sitting there. Whoa. No, seriously, good job, Luke. Good job on beating all those evils.
All the evils.
Yeah.
Sorry, we kind of trolled you about your dad. He was actually really evil.
Good job on beating Darth Vader.
Das ist Darth Vader.
Thank you.
That would be amazing. Justin, have you ever dressed up as Darth Vader for Halloween?
No, I've dressed up as one of the Jedi, though.
All right, you need to be Das Vader on Halloween.
I own a Mace Windu lightsaber.
Oh,
some insight into my life.
Hey, that's all good. So let's start. There's new Star Wars information about the new movie. Perhaps one of the best framed photographs I've ever seen in terms of how it was taken has been circulating around the internet this week of a table read. It looks like of the cast members, or at least just the cast members, all in one place talking about Star Wars. So what are your guys' thoughts on the photograph?
Cool.
It's exciting. I feel like the internet overreacted because certain actors were coming back, and they're like, "Really? You're bringing in Luke? You're bringing in Han? You're bringing in Leia?" I'm like,
of course they are.
Why would you not bring them in? Why would you not? Like, why are people upset about this?
Luke, I think it's fine bringing those guys in, and I don't really know enough about the actors, the new guys, except for how was he described? The guy that looks like a foot. That's the guy. Footsteps.
Yeah. He looks like a foot?
Yeah.
Someone looks
he's funny. He's funny in girls. But
that's the only guy I've heard of. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Because the original was all just random people.
Yeah, you got your Mark Hamill. You have Carrie Fisher.
This little upstart called Harrison Ford was there, and they were just like, oh, let's give him a break.
It's true.
I'm sure he's never going to be in another franchise that makes millions.
He's done some indie film. Oh!
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, my heart. Oh, my heart.
Das ist the pun.
There we
Das
go.
was a great pun.
That is. I should just end the podcast now. This is a fucking train wreck that went into an incredibly bad joke.
Yeah, they're all bad. But I do want to point out, I feel like people are... Okay, realistically, what do you think, or how much screen time do you think the old actors will get?
I don't know.
1/3.
Not a lot. Yeah, I was gonna say like 1/3.
I think they're gonna be the
I don't
ones that
wanna
are
see
like
them
they're not
getting
gonna be the main action stuff, but they're gonna be there for some
They'll
action.
show up every once in a while.
They'll be
Yeah,
the
they'll-
ones who are like, this is like they're gonna be the guys who are like, help us, or this is I don't know.
Wouldn't it be
Carrie Fisher-
great?
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, wouldn't it be great though if it opened up, and it opened up like an episode of Seinfeld where it's just Leia, Luke,
They're just
Han,
sitting
and
around.
Chewie sitting in the diner. It's like boom, 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 talking about lightsabers, and then like
the
new.
droids come past with the fucking coffee and a burgers.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll be eating at Jabba's place.
Right. Exactly.
I always hated this song. I feel like it's...
Yeah,
That was.
I know that was the difference. I did the Acme theme song from the working environment. Yeah. Because that's the first one that came to mind.
I think they're just going to make a lot of jokes about... I really do think they're going to make a lot of stupid, nerdy jokes. Like,
I hope they do.
hey, Han,
I hope they're
who shot
really
first,
subtle.
you or Greedo?
No, they're not. They're not going to refer. I don't think they'll be that self-referential. That's like saying that there has to be a lot of lens flares because it's a J.J. Abrams joint.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Star Trek was super referential. Everything he does is.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're gonna. I think you can definitely check the lore. They can definitely be like, yo, remember Yoda? That was Dagobah was.
That was some shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Forest Moon of Endor. Let's talk about that. But I don't think that they're gonna get into the minutia of like, hey, Luke, remember that time that Darth Vader was your dad? And you were like, no. I don't know if they're gonna be like, yeah. I talk to my therapist every week about that. I relive it every moment of my life.
He died in my arms. I had to take off his face mask. He looked really ugly.
He
was
looked
bald and
really
weird.
fucked up.
Yeah, exactly. That would
was
do.
like
And then
a
Luke just like, I
That
have this dog
scared
tag.
me as a child.
Oh yeah, that was.
That his
I was like, I didn't know what his face
horrible.
was. I thought he was a robot for a while.
When in Empire Strikes
Technically,
Back,
he
when
is.
you just see the back of his head and it just like
Yeah.
comes down, that was
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah,
Well,
he
then
was
you
ugly
see it
with
getting
the-
put on in Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, he's more machine than man
Yeah.
now. That's a quote, right? It's been a while since I've seen
That
the
was, actually,
movies.
that was a really good accent.
I don't even know what it
Well,
was.
he does have an accent.
Well, that's because
Oh,
Brent is
no,
training to be an actor.
Yeah.
He is going to school for that.
What if I became
That's true.
if I became him? That's what I look like in the future.
I think that's what
Alec
all
Guinness.
Australians look like in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old English Alec Guinness. Eventually hates Star Wars. No, I love Star Wars.
Eventually.
I've got
think
so
you
many
always
of the
did it.
books. I don't know if you guys have ever seen my book collection. Like, I love the
You have
expanded
a
universe.
lot of books.
Yeah, of the Star Wars. I love the movies.
Which is
I
all-
love the original trilogy, and I tolerate the prequels. Can I just make my stance on that clear? Like, I don't hate them like a lot of crazy nerds do. I don't think they're great in comparison to the original ones.
Yeah.
I
That
think
makes sense.
2 is pretty poor, but the rest of them were just like, yeah, whatever. They
Like,
exist. they're
I
fine.
enjoyed them all, but like, yeah, 1 and 2, I was like, yeah.
I would watch
whatever.
1 or 3 again, probably. I don't know if I'd watch 2.
would watch
'cause
1
every time
again.
I watch it, I'm like,
Yeah.
ugh.
I would
I
watch
watched
1 again because my favorite thing in that is Darth Maul. I wish he had been
Yeah.
a villain over the whole trilogy. Because was it Ray Parker?
Yeah.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
Ray Parks.
He's just such a good martial artist stunt man. Just all the stuff that he did in that, like he just
was
had a
very-
presence about him
he was
that I
like-
really enjoy.
Yeah, he was an evil guy. I mean, he played the part really, really well. When I first saw the movie, which I saw all 3 of the new trilogy in theaters.
Yeah.
I remember I guess I would have been 8 when episode 1 came out, and I saw that movie, and I remember talking about it. I went with a whole bunch of my friends, and on the way back, we just talked about like that Darth Maul guy was like he was like bad. You know what I mean? Like that guy did some shit.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
When you guys first saw that movie, you didn't think it was bad, did you?
I was 8.
I don't know.
I couldn't opinion on anything.
Yeah, I cannot remember.
I was 7. That was fucking awesome.
The only thing that I can ever remember loving at that age is Ocarina of Time. Reference made.
Yeah.
I loved Star Wars at that time. Yep.
Pokemon.
You got your
I
obligatory reference.
love Star Wars at that time. Now I do. I had Does everybody have their own special? Like, because everybody has their own rankings of those movies. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, it's 4. No shit. 5, 4, 6, 3, 1, 2.
I'd probably
mine's pretty much the same.
Yeah, I saw them out of order. I saw Return of the Jedi first.
Oh, okay. That would change things up a little bit.
I saw them in order. Yeah.
See, Star Wars was never a huge deal in my household, and so I've seen every movie. This is gonna blow everybody's mind. I've seen the entire 6 movies. I've seen every single one of them twice. Once as a kid, and then once I went through them about a year and a half ago as an adult, just to really have a handle on them.
Yeah, so that you can
I
talk
rented
authoritatively.
Empire Strikes Back so many times that the man was like, he was talking to my mom. He was like, you could buy this movie, and you would have saved like $50 from the 100 times you've rented this.
Yeah. Your tiny nerd child. It would be much cheaper for you to get this for him.
No, maybe
my mom was just like, no, we'll keep renting it.
I
don't want him to watch it every day.
I hope that guy was like prescient, and he's like, you've got a minor league geek on your hands.
Is it when they make the movie? Is that going to be the prequel section of Connor's life? When it's flashback from Connor's life, that's what it's going to be.
If anybody, you know what? If ever any of us become fabulously wealthy, like we win the lottery, yeah, sure. Let's have a Minor League Geeks the movie that nobody will watch except for us. We'll just make it low budget.
That would be so great.
Well, that would just
but we're gonna be rich. We don't need to make it low budget.
And the thing is,
we don't. It's gonna be a movie nobody really gives a shit about.
I could use my connections in the Australian film industry.
Oh, that cinematic juggernaut.
Australia's actually got a fairly good
you guys
film
have,
industry.
I hear you guys got a multiplex.
Yeah, we do. We just got it. It's nice. The seats recline slightly now.
Really?
They have cup holders. That's
great. How great is that 4:3 aspect ratio?
I know, right?
Do they have the kangaroos pull the curtains before the cinema?
Oh, I would love that. If even they just animatronic kangaroos.
I would move to Australia.
No, koalas.
Koalas do the top part, and the kangaroos do the bottom.
Yeah, they help.
There's 4 koalas.
No, the kangaroos are no, the koalas are ushers.
Yeah, that would be terrifying. No, the emus are ushers.
Well, that's
because they can run really fast down the aisle and figure out who people are with that, long necks. They're like ostriches.
But I would think that koalas would do it because you don't want to nobody's gonna fuck with the koala. If you don't have your ticket and the koala catches you, it's got really the long sharp nails.
I have a question: is the koala in a suit?
Yeah, definitely a red suit.
Okay, yeah,
necktie,
cool.
Like a bow tie.
Yeah, no.
No. Have you guys ever seen a movie called Red Dog?
No.
It's an Australian produced film. It was one of the
That's why.
a couple of years ago. Yeah, well, no, it's actually it's one of those movies that's just
Canadian
really
films. Good. Canadian films are pretty bad too.
Maple Leaf Productions presents.
Can you imagine if Star Wars was made by a Canadian or an Australian?
No, but I want it to be co-directed by a Canadian and an Australian.
I would. I could actually imagine it. I don't know how let me say, Red Dog is a really good movie. If you guys have a chance to see it, it's really touching.
What genre? I don't want to hear any spoilers, but I just want to know the genre. Drama?
It's a drama, yeah.
Okay.
It's like
Red Dog. All right, I'll take a look.
When you say Red Dog, it's about a kelpie, which is a type of dog.
What is a kelpie?
Type of dog.
Oh,
it's a type of dog. It's like imagine whenever you've seen a dingo, like they kind of look like that. All the times you guys see dingoes down the fucking streets of San Francisco, and
they're typically eating babies, so I'm trying to turn my head. So I don't
want to look at that.
I don't look directly into their eyes.
Yeah, you've got to keep those things when you're in the hospital.
Unless they think I'm a baby and eat me.
Yeah.
That's why I grew the beard.
Oh yes.
By the way, we've spoken about as much about Australia as we have about Star Wars on this fucking show. We should get back to Star Wars.
Can I bring in the next dedicated topic needs to be Australia.
Sure.
Yeah. God.
All right, we can do that.
We'll do that next time.
Yeah, I love like most people. I love Star Wars quite a lot. I don't all the stuff that people say about it, about like people getting ridiculously angry when they release the Blu-rays about how they put in this extra digitally animated picture, and I'm like, no, I don't give a shit. Like, who shot first, Han or Greedo? I don't really care. I think it's fine either way. Yeah, I don't really give a shit. It really doesn't bother me, and I love Star Wars. Like, I know all the expanded universe stuff. I've read a bunch of many of the books. And the only thing that actually annoys me, and it's not even really that annoying, like I got more annoyed when I couldn't shut my door properly because it expanded slightly from the moisture.
Tough life.
They didn't have an yeah, I know, right? Is that they didn't have a full explanation about why they're just throwing out all the expanded universe. Because I don't really care that it's not going to be in these new movies.
But what did they say? Were they just kind of like, whatever?
No, they're like separating it into its own brand. Like the movies are the canon now, and this is how I'm going to represent it with my hands, canon. And the books and games canon. And the books and all that, I think they said they were separating into this Legends brand, like an Elseworlds. This is, hey, what if this guy and this guy got together? What if Darth Vader and Darth Maul were best friends?
To me, this sounds like the New 52 comics. Which is
kind of,
the whole reset on
Yeah.
This is nothing new. This is just a new timeline. That stuff isn't canon. It was never canon to begin with. Let's all go back.
Exactly. It was never really canon.
It was canon, and that was it. Like, and it's, like I said, slightly annoying, and not even really.
But there was still top level capital canon, and then there was like 3 layers down expanded universe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, there was stuff that was
canon, and he did not give a fuck what anyone else thought. He was like, this is what it is.
Yeah. Like, I liked a lot of them. There are some that are really good. There are some that you could literally just take out of that, and nobody would know any difference. Because there are some that are slightly connected to the movies, and there are some that are not at all, and you're like, well, that's just back filler. That is stuff. And which
I think they should have kept the huge stuff.
Yeah, like, as much as people hate the Clone Wars, a lot of those books, especially the ones that are directly dealing with the clones, I loved.
Yeah,
it also is responsible. I mean, the Clone Wars. It was the Clone Wars animated television show that ended recently based on the expanded universe stuff, or was that its own yet again new stuff?
Yeah,
no, that was official canon.
Yeah, they're both official canon, but the problem is a lady who wrote the book, I think her name's Karen Travis, was just. I don't know what the fuck happened, but she wrote these really great Star Wars books about the clones, and they were very different. The way that the Mandalorians and the clones, the way that she had put them together was like ancient Sparta, the Brotherhood. Their world was this backwater place where everyone was, it's a small village kind of world. And when they brought in the Clone Wars, and they essentially told her to fuck off, it was all like Mandalore or whatever, which is apparently the name of their Mandalorian's homeworld, whatever the fuck. They brought it in, and it was this utopia, really nice, clean. Which I don't hate, but
See, my favorite Star Wars movie is A New Hope. I like A New Hope a whole lot. The first one.
Empire Strikes Back.
But here's the thing. I like A New Hope because they made that movie not knowing if they would make any other Star Wars related stuff.
Yeah.
So it's
itself.
It's a film, from beginning to end. That stands as its own piece. And then, I love Empire and Jedi. There's no denying that those movies are incredible because they are. But so it would even, they know that they're going to do more movies now. But it would be nice if they could also kind of like stand alone to some extent. Just doesn't end in some like rando cliffhanger where it's just like
Star Trek. Do the Star Trek movies stand by themselves?
Yes.
Or are they like setting each other up?
They've done it in an interesting. What you mean like these most recent two by themselves, as in two separate stories?
Yeah, like could they just sit by themselves? Could I watch the second one?
Yeah, they can.
Get a story out of it.
If you know the basics of Star Trek, you can.
Like
if you know what a Romulan is.
Yeah, they're all fairly similar looking.
If you can tell the difference between a Romulan and a Vulcan.
They're like, oh,
I feel like
Klingon.
most people can't.
And a Klingon.
Oh no, I don't
Not
really
for
know
all-
that. I didn't know. I'd never heard about a Romulan until I'd seen the first movie, and I got into it pretty quick. Because J.J. Abrams is directing the new Star Wars as well.
That's what we're talking about. That's Star Trek.
Yeah, I wanted to wanted to kind of talk about because I actually liked, even though I'm not a big Star Trek fan, I liked the way that they set the new movies up with that whole time paradox shit.
Yeah,
because they
that's cool.
skirted around all the existing lore without having to and I think they did it pretty well. And I wish they had been able to do something like that with Star Wars, but I was sure
I
they
feel
weren't.
like you can only do that once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually didn't like the star traveling element on Star Trek. I didn't like it. Just to me, it was like, oh.
What the?
The time manipulation thing.
The time looping when we're Vulcan
But
and
no. Yeah, like I didn't like in the terms of the story, I wasn't a big fan of it, but I just liked the way that it got around like so much extra stuff that they had in that universe, which if they had tried to make these new movies and tried to incorporate these new Star Wars movies with all this extra Star Wars, like all this expanded universe stuff and the games and all these dozens upon hundreds of books, it would have been brutally hard.
Yeah, they would have had not a lot of places to go.
Oh no! Like they would have had to base it on some of the books, which could have been
I
good.
would have been fine
More
with.
likely than not, would have been really difficult.
People would not have really been happy with that. I feel like the movie, they'd be like, yes, they're basing it off a book, and then the movie would come out and they'd be like, oh, they changed these parts. It's unacceptable.
Yeah, which they do with most book movies.
Yeah, that's just kind of what happens now.
Well, that's the thing. We don't exactly know what's going on in this new one. We don't really know too much of the plot, do we, or anything?
No, we don't.
No, I like it. I just want to go in and see Star Wars.
We do have a release date though.
Psyched.
I think it's December 7th, 15, or something something close to that.
Yeah.
So winter
Believe me,
15.
you've seen it. Winter.
We figure winter's coming. We figure that first trailer is going to come out in the next 6-8 months before the end of the year.
It'll be a
They haven't even
small-
started filming. Oh, well, yeah,
Yeah.
they could just do like a CGI thing.
Yeah, it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't he not want to? Isn't he doing practical effects for most of it?
I think a lot of them, yeah, which is great because you don't
Which I
want
like.
to overdo it.
You don't want to. Oversaturation was a bit of an annoying thing about Star Wars about the prequel trilogy, I think, because people you couldn't. It's harder to act without something there.
Plus, I mean, you have to understand that the first flick was done in the late I mean, it came out in '99, but they shot previous to that. So all of the effects that they were using that were digital, we're talking about Episode 1, Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're seen as like these whiz bang graphics, but then if you go back and see it today, you're like, Jesus Christ.
Watching that movie is sometimes is hard for many reasons, but the hardest thing for me about watching that movie is that shitty fucking Yoda puppet.
Yep.
God damn it! Because I had just before I had seen that, I had watched the original trilogy. And I was like, oh, this is cool, wizened old puppet man, and I love the way that they explained how they had to remake this entire stage a foot and 3 feet off the ground, so that the puppet operator could sit underneath and move it around. They had to make this whole stage around him, which I loved. And I liked the CGI version of him because, well, they didn't have to worry about shit like that.
That's a change that I actually really like. That they
CGI Yoda,
Blu-rays,
I like.
They added it, and I was like, yeah, that fits with the rest of the movies. That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, you mean in Episode 1, where they
Yeah,
got rid of
it was a puppet, and then
it
brought
was
it
a
in with
weird
the
looking
other
puppet.
trilogies. Yeah,
It looked
not
like
good.
it didn't look anything like it didn't even look like a young version of Yoda from the original trilogy. It just looked
Wasn't
weird.
it only in one scene at the very end?
Pretty much.
One or two.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're talking about the Jedi console, which
Yeah.
Yoda sits on.
Yeah.
And now
Actually, Yoda-
But then he's pacing around telling
Plo Koon.
Obi-Wan to train Anakin.
Kiadi Mundi. Who else is there? Some crazy folk.
There's the
Kit
guy with
See, that name I always thought was I'm like Kit Fisto. I'm like, so I like
Kit
him
Fisto.
because he's like a sea monkey man, and he has a lightsaber that works underwater. And
I
that's
know.
what I like.
What? That's awesome.
Yeah,
I
because
just thought he looked cool.
because he lives. His people.
Like he looks like a Twi'lek.
Yeah, his people live on the same world as the Nemoidian. What are they called? The Asian fish faces from episode 1.
Fish faces.
Well, that's what they are. They were racist. No. The guys on the.
They were Jamaican. Mom.
Yeah. Oh
my God.
God,
yeah,
so good.
goddamn Gungans. That sounded racist. The word they made up for that. But no, the Nemoidians and Kit Fisto's people lived on the same planet. Huge war thing. Any of the Clone Wars stuff. Even that, you know how they had that web animated series?
Yes.
By the same guys who did Samurai Jack?
Yeah.
Yes.
Jerry.
Yeah. I love that. That was great. I love that. That was cool because there was not too much speaking. Yeah, go.
I'm just kind of curious about your feelings on this, guys, and maybe we'll close it off on this. I saw a lot of people on Twitter really upset that only one female new person was casted in Princess Leia. Only one female, and I just want, and I know this is a bunch of guys here, and I'm the only brown guy here, minority here. I'm like, and we're not sexist, and
right.
Brent's Australian, it's okay.
Brent's Australian too.
I'm Croatian. We're all different.
We're all different. We're all one love. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Invoking a wonderful artist, but yeah. So
I want to ask what I saw a lot of people upset about there only being one female role, not a lot of gender equality, and I just wanted to get your thoughts on that, guys. Maybe I'm opening Pandora's box, but I don't personally. I'm looking at this as the first film. I'm sure there's going to be stronger lead characters in the second film. This new female character could be one of the best characters written.
They could be just like the coolest. Also, there's J.J. Abrams was like, yo guys, chill. This is just like the first casting. There's definitely going to be a lot more characters.
Exactly.
Like he said specifically, he's casting a major role, and it's going to be a female.
I hope there is, because Star Wars is kind of infamous, or not infamous, but if you watch those movies,
it's white men.
It's all men. It's all white men. There's one. You have one role model in that movie, as a female. It's Carrie Fisher's Princess Leia. Everyone else is
the blue.
Yeah, all the Twi'lek that the slave dancer that falls into it. God, that was. But yeah, like I really would like that, because I hate bringing this up because it makes me sound like a giant nerd, which I am. Is there a lot of strong, evil and good villains and evil villains and good people in the Star Wars expanded universe that are just like, oh, these would make good characters, and I hope they do something like that in the new ones. A completely new character, I don't care, but
yeah, but similar, same archetype.
Yeah, I don't think that that was done intentionally. I don't think that J.J. Abrams and anybody else who are higher up were just like, no. Did you see the originals? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What do you mean, girls? That's not canon. And I would love that.
I honestly don't think actually trying to make it look better. Like, whoa, yeah, that's a good point. But I'm sure there's going to be other characters I've written for you guys that you're going to like as well.
Absolutely, but it's I think that they're going to write it and have a whole bunch of characters. I don't think that they're going to, I don't think that J.J. Abrams and, again, the higher-ups are seeing this Twitter storm and they're like, oh, shit, now we have to write new female characters. I'm sure that there are more female characters and a wide swath of people who will be cast for roles for either gender.
Yeah, and race, because...
Yeah, of course, that's what I meant. Yeah.
In Star Wars.
Of course.
Billy D. Williams. Yeah. Also, where the fuck is Billy D. Williams? Is he coming back? Where's Lando?
I don't know.
Yeah. I hope
Where's the last rogue?
He's probably gambling somewhere.
It'd be
where's his
style.
It'd be nice to see a little bit more diversity, but I'm sure we'll see it eventually.
Absolutely. Yeah. It is going to be a pretty long ride, and so maybe it's interesting. Maybe the original. So we have members of the original Star Wars cast in this flick. Maybe they have to. They're the first arc of this story has to do with them, and then they fall away, and then that means that there are 4 other new characters that can step up just to fill those roles. You know what I mean? In upcoming flicks.
Yeah.
As long as the new Star Wars movie opens up in a Seinfeld-like diner, and they're just talking about exactly.
Newman.
Oof, that was rough. Did you consider the buttons when you buy the did you buy the shirt? It's too far out. I didn't think about it. I bought it because it was purple. I like purple.
Why did you get the blue lightsaber? Why didn't you get green?
You see, listeners. Yeah, when you have to be different. What if there was just this old Jewish mother in there who's talking to one of the new Jedi's, and just like, why do you have to be so different? Why'd you have to get the purple lightsaber? Why didn't you get the green ones like that nice boy over there? It's so nice. That Luke Skywalker. He used to bring me my paper, man. He used to mull on it recently.
Now you're just getting creepy, man. You got to learn different character. You need a few more years of acting school before you can adequately portray a Jewish mother.
Yeah, and a New York Jewish mother.
Yeah, that is like that is a locational and gender difference for you. So, and age. Those are three factors that
try.
Yeah. So, okay, to kind of wrap this up, put a little bow on it. Are you hopeful for the new Star Wars movie? Are you going into this like, a lot of folks feel maybe burned from the prequels. And again, we don't really know any stuff about this this upcoming flick, but are you hopeful, or you think that it's going to be good, whether not measured up to the old trilogy or the second trilogy, just as its own thing, although it's going to of course be compared to those things. Are you hopeful?
See, and I'm hopeful. It's a new hope for me.
DOS was a good pun.
God damn it! But I just wanted to point out, I think I'm going to go in this trilogy and just look at it individually. I'm not going to compare it to anything. Just look at it on its own and see what they build. Similar to the Star Trek movie that J.J. Abrams started. I looked at it as brand new. I didn't compare it to any of the other ones. I mean, there were elements I compared it to. Yeah. Like the time traveling stuff, where I was like, really? You did this? They did this before. You don't need to do that. Make it your own. So, but I have faith in J.J. Abrams to do it.
I do. I enjoyed those movies. Yeah. I enjoyed those movies. I think he could do a pretty good job of. I think he could do a good job. I think they're either going to be. I think they're going to be kind of in between in terms of quality between the original trilogy and.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll land right in the middle probably, and that's fine with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think that because it's not directly connected to the original trilogy like the second trilogy was, where it was
They had to make these connections. They had to backtrack all this stuff and just go, this is why this is like this. And,
this is why I'm hot. I'm hot because I'm fly. You ain't because you're not.
There you go.
Make those, but that's because you have to think about the second trilogy were prequels. So anything that they referenced in the first trilogy, that they didn't know there would be prequels. Clearly, they were just like, yeah, Anakin could have done anything. In A New Hope, he could have fucking done anything. He could have died in any way. They didn't know that decades later that they would have to now take all of that canon that people were fervently who had studied and held it as the word of God, held as gospel, and then had to adhere to those rules that they had set, virtually arbitrarily.
Yeah, I think it's because like you said, it's this new point. They'll be able to fan out from this point where they couldn't really do it before. Because of all that extra stuff, they're able to fan out, do their own story. I am hopeful. I think it'll be good. If it's not good, I want it to be terribly, terribly bad, just so that I can horror watch it and just be like and hate myself.
Have you guys watched the Red Letter Media Star Wars reviews?
I haven't, because I hate when people yell at Star Wars for no reason. Not for no reason, because there's.
Oh no, he has reasons.
He has perfectly good reasons. But it's one of those things where I understand them and I accept them. But the more it just makes me stupid, that nerd anger where you just get aggravated for no reason. Hulk. And I'm just
Australian Hulk.
And I'm like, I don't want to be this angry at something because it's stupid for me to be this agitated about what other people have. Who have perfectly valid points about it. It's like when I listen to Colin Moriarty talk about Star Wars. It makes me so angry, and not even I love Colin Moriarty, great guy. But and it's
what a nice man.
What a nice man.
He is. Yes, but you know what I mean. Like that conversation with Colin, I was like, oh, he's making so many good points. Why am I getting so stupidly angry at this?
I remember, because that one came out when we were in San Francisco for Beyond 300.
There you go.
Might have, yeah.
So I think I remember I watched that the day before that happened. Man, that was fun.
Yeah.
And at Beyond 400, the movie will still not be out, so we'll still be talking about it.
Yeah.
Beyond 500, the first one will have come out. We'll be there and we'll do a recap. I don't know, whatever the fuck's happening.
That's true. All right. Well, we've had a nice conversation about the Star Warses, the Star Wars eye.
DOS was good.
DOS was good. So we're gonna go around this virtual table here and tell you where you can find us on the internet. Brent, where can people find you on the internet?
People can find me on Twitter at Brent C. Turner. That's pretty much it at the moment. I really would like some more followers because I'm getting people who are following me, and they have so many more people than me. It's so funny.
You're going to be an Australian actor, though. You're going to have like tens of followers.
I gave you that. It's going to be follow.
Yeah, I like it when you guys do that. I don't even know if it's the content that I put out.
You should just take more strange photographs and post them of Australian stuff.
Just me doing.
You should just have a photo blog of Australia.
I swear to God, if you
animals, the background's on fire.
Yeah, it's gonna be a kangaroo, and we're both doing the
Yeah. If you just had selfies with, if you just posted selfies with various Australian animals, you would get so many more followers than any of us.
1 million.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Millions.
Speaking of millions of followers, Connor Property of Zach works for somewhere that has millions of followers. So where can they find you?
Millions.
On the internet?
Propertyofzach.com. Also, I'm working on starting a new podcast network with a company that some of you guys might know. I'm not sure, but I can't really talk about that yet. It should be happening sometime before next episode, so I can kind of give more details then.
You can tell us all.
Until then, you can follow me on Twitter. Yeah, I will tell you guys about it because it's pretty cool. My Twitter is at ConnorPoz, ConnorPoz.
And Mr. Justin Doss, where can people find you on the internet? And do you have a name for your upcoming podcast besides Das Ist Mein Podcast?
Das Ist Mein Podcast.
Yeah, so
Jinx, you owe me $1,000.
Yeah, I'll give you 1,000. I'll give you 1,000 lira, and we'll call it even. So yeah, Justin.
Yeah, so just to recap, you can find me on Twitter at Jushin, Jushin. Recently, I posted an article on ridiculousrants.com about my first 30 days with the PlayStation 3. Go check it out, please.
I believe you mean 4, sir.
What?
You said PlayStation 3.
Oh, 4, right. Sorry.
My presumption is that you were talking with the police.
I did not recently get a PlayStation 3. I got a PlayStation 4.
There you go.
I thought you just had a really good memory. I thought you were just like, you had one of the, what's the superpower? You have an eidetic memory where you can just remember everything, and you just went, oh, first 30 days. That was good stuff.
So I recently posted that article on Ridiculous Rants. I also pushed an old article. This week we lost Bob Hoskins, sadly.
Yes.
I was a little bit upset that everyone was remembering him for the terrible role in Super Mario Brothers.
No. It's Hook. He played Smee in Hook.
It's all about Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yes, there you go. So that's what he's best known for me for.
Yeah.
So I reposted that article. Make sure you check it out. And yes, I am planning to start a bi-weekly podcast spinning off of Ridiculous Rants. It is called Nerds on the Set. We're hoping to start filming, taping, recording on
all of the above.
Pressing it onto a fine wax, making a 12-inch record, and then mailing it to each individual.
There you go. That's the best way.
I hear it's best to see to hear and experience that podcast over Betamax.
We're going to be old school. But this week I want to point out Sunday is May the 4th, so May the force be with you. That's why we had this podcast.
True.
Monday is the return of Jack Bauer of 24.
Oh, true.
Yes. So, our first topic we'll be talking about, because it's going to be bi-weekly and this season of 24 is condensed to 12 episodes, we're going to be doing some episodes, or part of our episodes, about what recaps on that episode as well. So, we'll be talking about...
Are they running twice the speed?
Yeah, so the first...
12 hours.
As far as I know, it is 12 hours, yeah. But the first episode will be the first 2 hours, as far as I know. That it's only 12 episodes.
Oh, yeah, but... So, like, in the commercials, they'll be, like, jumping much larger.
I'm not sure. It's going to be interesting to watch. So, watch it Monday. Yeah. Look for our podcast. We're going to be hopefully recording on Tuesday or Wednesday. I have to talk to my other cohorts to see that they can do this. Or this might just blow up in my face and this doesn't even...
No! DOS is your podcast, goddammit.
DOS is my podcast.
Yeah.
It's good. Yes. It's good. All right, well, this has been episode number 29 of the Minor League Geeks podcast. Thank you for fucking bearing with us this week. It's been zanier than usual. Again, may the 4th be with you. You can email questions and comments and stuff to the podcast at minorleaguegeeks@gmail.com. You can follow the podcast on Twitter at MLGeeks. I've been your host, Brent Ramlin with Range. You can find my work at BrentRange.com, ReadRetro.com, SomePointRidiculousRants.com, and you can follow me on Twitter at BRange, BRANJ. This has been episode number 29 of the Minor League Geeks podcast. Until next week, stay classy.
Das ist the end.